So good morning, everybody, from Fancy Flatbush. Yep, here for Shabbos. Had some work this week and came in, and Baruch Hashem, guess finish out without an Erev, but I think I'll survive. So this is a very special parsha, actually, because one of my favorite concepts of the Kli Yakar is literally here in Vayakhel, and it ties in a lot of good things that I like to think about, to like to, model myself, maybe try to be shalom as best as I can with people. So we know that Parsh Vayakhel is the day that Moshe comes down with the Luchos. And the second Luchos, which is Yom Kippur. We always think in Matan Torah is Shavuos. Matan Torah is Yom Kippur. Really? We're fasting. Well, the second Luchos, Hashem forgives the people for the Egel, and Hashem, so people know that we're not going to be destroyed. So Moshe comes down on Yom Kippur, and this is a great day of Simcha. And this is the day that also, the Farshim tell us, that is when Yisro tells Moshe, you can't be judging these people all day, they're standing all day. What's one of the busiest days in the history of the world, that not only does Moshe come down to Luchos and tell people about building the Mishkan, he's also spending all day judging the people. Yisro, so you have a really packed day, the busiest Yom Kippur in the history of the world. And Kli Yakar kind of ties this together, is that it's a great day for the Mishkan. It's a great day for this. It's a great day for Din, a great day for these things. Why is that? And Kli Yakar goes on in a few places. He mentions this in Ol Safraim in Sukkot. He mentions it in Ol Safraim in Yom Kippur. He mentions this in Yisro. And the point is, Yom Kippur is the day where everyone is b'shalom. Everyone's wearing the same clothes. Everyone's has the same Crocs and the same canvas Converse, Keds, sneakers. No one's eating. Everyone's fasting. Everyone's in shul. Everyone's wearing white. They're looking the same. Everyone's asking mechila from each other. It's a day that there's great shalom and there's great achdus and Klal Yisrael. I don't say the only day, but the greatest day that there's shalom. And the people then are asked to donate to the Mishkan, and now we have to really understand who owns what. You know what? All the stuff that I thought was my friends, or I thought it was this guy's, I thought it was mine. I can't just donate stuff to the Mishkan if I'm not sure whose property it is. Maybe it's not even mine. Maybe the past few months or the past years in Mitzrayim, these are my animals. Maybe it's not really mine. Maybe we had a machlokas. So Moshe has to now down the people, but they didn't come as fighting, but they came as the right way to do this. Instead of having these arguments fester, they wanted to really understand, to get to the bottom of things. We want to donate to the Mishkan. We don't want to give stolen property or give things that we don't really own. We really want to make sure that we're doing the right thing, giving what's really ours. So they had to be in judgment for Moshe Rabbeinu. So it wasn't like they were starting to fight and they needed, all of a sudden they would machlokas him, but they wanted to get to the nitty-gritty of things and give really the proper way. And this ties really what Yom Kippur is, and unfortunately we lose sight of that. We Rishon Cheshbon Avonos. We know that Sukkot is called Rishon Cheshbon Avonos because after Yom Kippur we start to now think about our Averos and we start to lose our Achdus. So unfortunately we lose that, and the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah says that Shuva B'tzibur is the whole year, but B'yachid it only counts Yom Kippur. And the Kli Yakar says, as long as we can stay ba'achdus together, as long as we can be shalom with people together, then our tshuva and our tefillah will work past Yom Kippur. If we just, after Yom Kippur, all of a sudden we're jerks again to our friends, then we're not going to really have tshuva the whole year. We blew our chance at Yom Kippur. But if we're more b'shalom with people, no matter what they look like and what the background is and what they're doing or not doing, we're b'shalom with people, then our tshuva works. And that's something that really stands what the Mishkan's all about, what Shabbos is all about. We know in this week's parsha, besides Yaakov pekudei, it's also hachodesh, and they're commanded to keep chodesh, and they're going to be told that you're going to be doing sel beisav selabos. You're going to have the opportunity to bring carbon pesach and Mitzrayim, and set of a selabos. And the Medrash on that spot talks about how this is merames to a tamid, it's merames to a karbanos, to the Mishkan. And And the problem was they didn't get a Mishkan yet. In Mitzrayim, there wasn't a Mishkan. And they didn't have a Mizbeach. They were doing this in their own homes. So how is the Korban Pesach, how is this really going to be Merame's Beis HaMikdash and the Shulchan and the Aron? How is this going to help? And the Pri Tzaddik talks about, well, you don't need a Mishkan or Mizbeach to be B'Shalom with people. You don't need a Mishkan Mizbeach to get kapar from Hashem. You learn Torah. That serves as a chatos. It serves as an olah. By learning Torah and being a tzedek person, then Hashem tzedek is selling tzedek yelam ba, tzaddik yelam ba. If you're tzedek, then you get tzaddik. Then Hashem is with you. Hashem isn't just in the Mishkan. Hashem isn't just in the Beis HaMikdash. Hashem is in your house. The mashkof and mezuzos that talked about in Parsha Chodesh is literally also our own homes. And we don't have to kind of wait for Mashiach. We don't have to wait to go to Eretz Yisrael to be b'shalom and to be close to Hashem. We have this opportunity in our home every day. We have a chance to experience this Yom Kippur and this friendship and this ahava with people, not just once a year, but all the time. And not just during the week or on Shabbos, but all the time. And that's something that the Pri Tzaddik talks about, that we don't have to really wait for the Mishkan. We have this inyan of shalom and doing the right things every day, even without the Beis HaMikdash, even out of Eretz Yisrael. It's something that my friend Rabbi Tilly Weiss, Erev Purim, he got a bunch of the teenagers from the shul to come to Tel Aviv and give out candies and shalachmanis before Purim to kind of increase the shalom with what's going on in Eretz Yisrael. It's pretty rough stuff, mentioned last week. And then after Purim, also, we took some people up to Tel Aviv as well. And something that I try to, this past week, I'm trying to really be keen on just, not that I'm a jerk, but trying to do the right thing at the airport. I actually saw this fellow with his fly was open. And I looked at my phone. How do you say your fly is open in Hebrew? The guy was on right behind, a few people behind me. And I went up to this guy and I said, Shachlo, I forgot even the word for fly, but I said, Hazipur Shacha Patuach. He looks at me, I'm like, oh, tada. I walked away and I'm thinking, okay, all right. So the awkward conversation, 3 seconds, not too bad. Unfortunately, after security, he was right in front of me. He was on the same plane as me. So the awkwardness lasted a while. But Baruch Hashem, it doesn't matter that he's a chaloni. Don't like to say the word actually. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter what the situation is. It really behooves us to go out of our way, especially what's going on with Eretz Yisrael, what's going on the anti-Semitism here in America. It just behooves us to be more b'shalom with each other and to have a kiddush Hashem. You never know, being nice to somebody on the street, what the ramifications are. Maybe he knows someone who doesn't like Jews and he'll say a good word. You don't really know what's going to happen. Not that this guy who I gave a cup of water to on the plane is going to now all of a sudden keep kosher. Not the guy who closed his fly is going to keep Shabbos all of a sudden. But just an inyan of shalom, that you never know the next time he's going to come across a from person. Maybe he'll think differently. And that's kind of what we're looking for as we kind of go into Pesach. Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim, even though we weren't from and we didn't keep anything. And hopefully Hashem will take us out. And this is Zman for Geula. Hopefully this will be a Nisan, where even though we're not perfect, Hashem can overlook our shortcomings, as long as they're b'shalom, just like Mitzrayim, they kept the 3 things, and also Lashon Hara, they were all b'shalom, they had the same name, the same language, they looked the same, they were b'shalom with each other, and that was enough to get them out of Mitzrayim. Hopefully, by us being b'shalom, there's enough to get us out of this gullus, and hopefully we see the Mashiach in this Chodesh Nisan. Shabbat Shalom.